Someone's stopping me in the street and says, tell me what Hemlock Grove is about. You have 15 seconds, go.
It's a thriller, it's got supernatural elements, it's powerful, it's compelling, it's a relationship story. It's, if you want something different and you are into a bit of a thriller and you don't mind a little horror, you should watch Hemlock Grove. And by the way, I should take little out of all that.
Okay. Now, it's unique to have a series that just comes out and viewers can see it right away, the first season. How do you feel that has affected in the way the series was developed in terms of storyline and such?
Well, I think the one big sort of change would have been that we didn't have to worry about the week-to-week thing where people forget. I mean, the truth is you can watch as many or as few episodes as you want, which it comes up. But it's basically a novel, and so it's 13 episodes. To be honest, we saw it as a 13-hour movie, and 13-hour-ish. And so what we were able to do is not feel hamstrung sort of by the constraints of network television, which have commercials and you have to be only so long and all this kind of stuff. We were able to sort of say, okay, we're doing 13 episodes, but they're all of a piece. Let's go.
If you had any advice for anyone who's sitting down, is going to watch the first series, what would you tell them? Watch the whole thing? Watch the first half? How would you break it down?
Well, I hope you'd watch the whole thing, but that's quite a commitment. You should watch it as you want. I mean, I think if you I'd certainly watch the first two, because then you'll get a sort of taste for the various levels of things going on in the show. Frankly, I'd watch the first 13, but if you're asking, then I'll suggest that.
Well, because one of the themes and one of the biggest elements in the series are monsters, what do you feel makes a really good, scary monster?
Well, I think, monster is kind of an odd term because our characters, even though we have characters that are, you could say sort of Frankenstein monster-esque, werewolf-esque, what makes a good character that has monster characteristics is, you have to like them or understand them. You have to know where they're coming from. And so one thing we tried to do with Hemlock was spend a lot of time developing the characters so that when they do the things they do as quote-unquote monsters or whatever, the monster within comes out, you understand that. You understand where it's coming from. And I think it has more emotional resonance when you actually understand where this darkness is coming from. So the word monster is a little loaded because it suggests that's all they are. But in fact, there are many facets of even in the worst characters on our show of there's moments of kindness and generosity and humor. But then they do incredibly dark things, and so we wanted to explore all that and not just sort of say this is our Frankenstein.